Good sleep is everything. That's why Ollie's science-backed support is made with a blend of melatonin and L-theanine for both kiddos and grown-ups. So when your mind won't switch off, you've got something that can help. Your racing thoughts and restless nights won't stand a chance. Find Ollie sleep solutions for the whole family at ollie.com. That's OLLY.com.
Morning decisions. How about a creamy mocha frappuccino drink? Or sweet vanilla? Smooth caramel maybe? Or a white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Find Starbucks Frappuccino drinks wherever you buy your groceries.
Hello and welcome to Allegedly Astrology. Each week we break down the astrology that happened during some of the biggest scandals and events in history.
This is our minisode where we do a quick chart on a trending news topic.
Dana, what allegedly in the news topic are we talking about today?
The romance between Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton.
Yes, Kim and Lewis were first linked in early February after they reportedly spent a romantic weekend together at a luxury hotel in the British countryside. They were later photographed arriving at a hotel in Paris, marking the first time they were actually seen together. Then they were seen at the Super Bowl and Coachella most recently.
Yes, I remember people being in such denial about this that they thought that I think them like kissing at the Super Bowl was AI. I was like,
I guess I know AI is so quick. Like you could literally type that in and make that happen probably in less than 5 minutes. But like to be the person who types that into AI and then that's the biggest loser on
also,
earth.
it's like they were sitting next to each other. They had already been seen together. It wasn't like this. It just was a weird thing if
So
someone
just AI
wanted.
to push their faces together.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's so weird.
But if you don't know, Lewis Hamilton is a British Formula One racing driver. He's considered to be one of the greatest F1 drivers in history. I personally am a big Formula One fan. I'm a total fair weather fan because of Drive to Survive, the Netflix series. But Lewis Hamilton quickly became my favorite driver. He's just so chic and cool. And he didn't like racing is one of those sports where you need a lot of money to growing up. Like most of these kids are like millionaires, billionaires' sons, or their dad was a racing driver. So I really I love a good underdog story. And that's Lewis Hamilton. He didn't come
He's
from money.
underdog.
He just loved racing. And his
Wow.
parents made it happen for him.
That's really sweet.
It was really cute. So he has a good story. And yeah, he holds tons of records and titles. Currently races for Ferrari. He's a fashion icon. He was chosen as one of the 2025 Met Gala co-hosts. And his most like recent / public relationship was Nicole Scherzinger.
LOL.
Which crazy. It was a while ago.
Only if you're gay, I think.
That's what Dana thinks. And
no shade at all. That's a
I
great
know.
position to be in.
A lot
I
of
would love that
people have
job.
speculated that Lewis is gay, not because like he's high fashion or whatever, but because he never is seen with women.
And when he is, it's Nicole Scherzinger.
And that was like 10 years ago, I think, at
Okay.
this point. So like most drivers have like girlfriends that they bring to the track to look cool. And like he never does any of that. And so he's like obviously really, I'm curious to see his chart because he's so focused and determined and dedicated. So I
Oh, you
I
won't
can't
be
tell if it's
upset.
like,
I promise.
I feel like I can't. So people are either like, he's so dedicated, he doesn't want any distractions, or he's gay. So yeah.
It's the two I like to think when someone's not attracted to me that those are the two camps. You're just too into whatever you're doing or you're gay.
Autism or homosexuality are the only two options for when someone doesn't like you back, obviously.
So people are a little shocked that they're together, possibly. But it's actually not that surprising because Kim and Lewis are in the same circle of friends, and Lewis knows Kim's family.
Yes, a source said that Lewis is the first guy that Kim's been into in a really long time. She's always liked him and is excited about their new romantic connection.
And when asked about Kim, Lewis said he doesn't want to talk about his private life.
So
but
on brand for Lewis. So
we'll
on brand.
still
He doesn't
talk about it.
But we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
He won't
It's so
talk
funny
about
to date
it.
the most public person.
That's why
and
it
not wanna
does
talk
feel a
about
little
it.
PR stunty because it's
It does feel like that.
so. Dana, what is their synastry like? Is it real? Is it not real? Maybe also let's remind people of their big threes.
For sure. Okay. So Kim Kardashian was born on October 21st, 1980 at 10:46 a.m. in Los Angeles. And Lewis Hamilton was born January 7th, 1985 at 3:30 a.m. in Stevenage, UK. And Kim has a Libra sun, a Pisces moon, and a Sagittarius rising. And Lewis has a Capricorn sun, a Cancer moon, and a Scorpio rising. Very focused.
Scorpio rising.
Focused man.
Locked in.
Very private.
Tunnel vision.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
That
his
is
Cancer
so private.
moon.
Yeah.
He loves his mom.
Loves mommy.
He really loves his mom. He posts about her all the time.
Oh, that's cute.
That's really sweet. Okay. So I love when stereotypes in astrology work out. So his sun, his Capricorn sun, trines her Virgo Venus, and his Cancer moon sextiles her Virgo Venus. So trines are the aspects of ease. They make things easy. Sextiles make things happen as long as like you put forth effort. So try and succeed. Kim's Venus in Virgo is in her 10th house of fame, and obviously her fame and her relationships are intrinsically linked. It's right there in her chart. With Lewis's sun and moon in easy aspects to her Venus, this relationship could be less publicly humiliating than the ones from the past, such as we don't need to go through it.
Kanye.
We all know. And this means like she can trust him. It's easy to be together, and the relationship may also boost her status, which I assume it is. It seems like a very
I don't know if she needs status boosting, but it's like he's very unproblematic as a person. If anything, he's like the opposite of that. So I feel like this is probably her least controversial boyfriend in a long time.
ever, perhaps.
Probably ever.
So cool, Kim. And then Lewis's Uranus and Sagittarius is conjunct Kim's ascendant. This is electric. It's exciting. Perhaps a surprising connection. Ooh, we just met and now we're so attracted to each other. Kim is changed by this relationship. Uranus can make for whirlwind relationships too. Easy come, easy go.
Interesting if this is whirlwind. I guess like, this happens, but if they have always been in the same circle, I'm sure they've met many times before. Like, why now? I guess we'll get to that.
Well, it's kind of like Travis and Courtney. But Travis and Courtney also were like friends for a really long time.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't think. Or maybe I did because we probably did an episode about it.
Back in the day, yes.
At some point I knew about it. But yeah, so this whirlwind relationship definitely possible with Uranus. Uranus is the whirlwind relationship planet. But Lewis's Saturn and South Node are conjunct Kim's Uranus. So Saturn stabilizes Uranus and the nodes add like so much gravity and weight. So Kim may feel like she can be wild with Lewis, but also like she doesn't want to be as erratic as maybe she has been in the past, or maybe it's not as erratic of a relationship. The depth of this relationship could possibly scare her. So Kim's therapist is listening. Let her know. Kim's Mercury in Scorpio is conjunct Lewis's ascendant. This is wonderful. They have similar interests and are able to chat forever. She makes him feel smart. Communication is what they have in common, and they can learn from each other. And then their Mars square each other. Kim's Sagittarius Mars squares Lewis Pisces Venus and Mars. Sagittarius and Pisces are both ruled by Jupiter, which makes the square a little different. It's like big. It's exciting. It's really two signs that really believe in something. And it's like the force of fire and the force of water. It's like emotions as well as passion. So it could be really steamy, so to speak. And their Jupiters trine each other in Earth signs. So Kim's Jupiter in Virgo trines Lewis's Jupiter in Capricorn. They're also both debilitated technically, which is, it brings no upper hand really. They also probably talk about their wealth investments and tip each other off. There's a little insider trading going on. Very cool, very cool. Easy to laugh together. Mutual trust becomes easy because neither of them really trust people. So they'll figure it out together. They can realize it the same way or in a similar way. Their Venuses are in opposition. This is where Lewis does have an upper hand technically, because Kim's Venus is in fall in Virgo. Lewis's Venus is exalted in Pisces. So Lewis can help Kim tone down her inner critic by making her feel loved for who she is, not for how she looks or what she has, which is likely disarming. And then their suns square. So Kim's sun in Libra squares Lewis's sun in Capricorn. They both love work and identify with their work. And Kim may especially inspire Lewis to change. He might, because her sun has the upper, it's squaring from Libra squares Capricorn, so it applies. So yeah, Kim May's very loose to change. She might have to deal with greater exposure, of course, if they go public with the relationship, and that could cause tension. And then their moon.
They got like all this paparazzi attention. I don't know where they were, but basically because all the races this April were canceled because of the war in Iran, because all the races, F1 races in April were in the Middle East. Lewis and Kim have had, I think they would have flown way more under the radar, but he has a whole month off unexpectedly. So that's why they went to Coachella. That's why they were in LA. Like they were seen like rug shopping together.
Okay.
I don't know. It was weird, but this is the most public I feel like Lewis has ever been. Like he doesn't, and again, because of his crazy like race schedule and he's focused and stuff, he normally doesn't go to all these like public events. So I feel like this is interesting. This is a little maybe out of character for him, obviously, like between whatever work and stuff. But I do feel like she probably is going to inevitably push him to be more public. And I wonder how that's going to go.
Yeah, that is because, yeah, like you said, he seems so private. So interesting. Their moon's trine. So maybe that will make things easy because Kim's moon in Pisces trines Lewis's moon in Cancer. It's a nice wet water trine. They can feel comfortable with one another, comfortable emoting, and they can meet each other's needs easily without straining. And then Kim's first house Neptune in Sagittarius is conjunct Lewis's Mercury. So this is fascination. They make it into deeper topics and share spiritual experiences. Maybe they'll even do psychedelics together. So is there a trip to Joshua Tree in the future? Perhaps. But yeah, like maybe Lewis is eating out of the palm of her hand. She totally has him mesmerized. And Kim's Chiron is conjunct Lewis's descendant. So Kim both defends and offends him at time, and she's particularly sensitive to him, which sounds sweet. And then they have mutual 12th house and second house synastry. So the 12th house is secrets and the second house is self-esteem and possessions. So this is intimate and secret both ways. Resentments are very possible with 12th house synastry. I guess also a second house synastry. But the antidote is like willingness to learn about yourself and to make each other feel good. Also with second house synastry, should be a willingness to be public. It can definitely be like a relationship that's seen like that's like possessive. So it's like a little more someone who maybe takes away from. It's good to go people who are in relationships where someone cuts them off from the rest of their social life. A lot of times second house industry can show up there. But yeah, so resentment's possible with 12th house industry. They need to be willing to learn about themselves, and they can like make each other feel good though, for sure. And like maybe they get more possessive of each other than typical, and maybe sometimes that feels cute or disarming. A Capricorn would definitely find it disarming, and a Libra would definitely maybe find it cute, as long as it was happening to the Libra and not necessarily always from the Libra, I think. But sometimes then Libras are, my mom's Libra. She's the funnest lady I know. Okay, and then here's a little bonus, asteroid bonus. Both of them have their Jupiter or their Junos conjunct in Libra.
And what is Juno again?
The goddess of marriage and business. So they could be both business and pleasure. But it's also very possessive. Like this is to say, perhaps when Jupiter enters Libra, which will be in like 3 years, maybe they would get married.
Ooh. Also, something that I was thinking about looking at their chart is how her Uranus is on his south node in Scorpio. And I feel like he is a Scorpio. He is so like in the shadows, and his south node too is like he's used to being that. He's mastered being in the shadows.
Oh, I love that.
Her coming in there and like with her Uranus like shaking it up. It's like when you have a snake or a bug and you lift the rock and it like scuttles everywhere. I feel like that's what she's doing to him.
I love that. That's such a beautiful and unsettling imagery.
Yeah, she just go underground and be like, come on out, Lewis Hamilton.
Come on out, Lewis Hamilton. No more gay.
No more gay.
But yeah, no, I like their synastry. I think it's actually probably real based on what I've seen.
Wow. I've never really heard him talk. Like I know his name, but and I know what he looks like, but I've never seen him talk ever. I don't think.
I don't know anything about him.
He always
he's a walking suit.
He's so great, you guys. He always, every time he wins a race, he's the only one that ever thinks the boys and girls back at the factory.
Who's the factory? What
that builds the car? Oh, like everyone else just says, yeah, I did this, but I drove a machine that a lot of people built. So he like acknowledges them.
That's very sweet.
I thought that was like a commentary on like child like workers or something.
But he probably doesn't care about that. About social justice.
Dressed up as a chimney sweeper.
He looks really cute with a hat on, I will say. Ooh. I feel like when he wears a hat, he's very cute.
Yes.
Love a hat boy.
Yeah. But, so, since then, since all of this has happened, Kim and Lewis have been seen in Tokyo, like Elise was saying, because Lewis has a month off suddenly and unexpectedly, and also at Coachella. Kim even posted a carousel that may have her sitting on his lap. She I guess because of like the wind and like the sand and Coachella, a lot of celebrities also to be like more on the down low.
Incognito.
They wear stuff over their faces.
Yeah, they always do the bandana over the face.
Yes.
Like a luxury bandana. So they know they're not poor.
Yes. And she
That's
did
so
more
funny.
of a full, it was like more of a full face kind of moment. And she did a carousel of what she was wearing. And one of them, she's sitting on someone's lap and a little golf cart going somewhere. And people identified the tattoos on his hands to be him.
She did it on purpose, certainly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
Okay.
And they were also spotted running errands together a few days after the music fest. And
That's the most Sixth House thing of all time.
What?
Okay,
Running errands.
running errands together?
Oh, yeah, running
Or
errands.
Third House, depending on what errands you're running.
And then she was also spotted wearing a T-shirt with Ferrari written across.
Okay, I love subliminal messages.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
feel like this is a Kris Jenner. Yeah,
PSYOP.
Yeah, I think it might be.
Maybe it's fake. Maybe it is fake.
She probably orchestrated it, but it doesn't mean it's not real.
Yeah,
necessarily.
Maybe it's an elaborate scheme to cover up to show the law, to cover up the insider trading they did. I'm writing fan fiction. So they were insider trading and the law was going to get involved, but then instead they were like, no, they're dating, so somehow it's okay.
Wait, they were insider trading, or you're just making this?
I'm spreading rumors based on the astrology.
Said earlier in the episode, she said that they like money, they like sharing, they probably insidership. Just to be clear, no one sue us. Dana is writing fan fiction.
Yeah.
No one said anything about them.
As John
insider
Gottschalk
trading.
from one of my favorite podcasts, Seeking Arrangements, always says when he's spreading rumors, he says, parody.
This parody, we know nothing, but their synastry surprises me. I'm not going to lie. I was very skeptical about this whole thing. As a Lewis lover in the beginning, I did not like this. And now I'm coming around.
I mean, her Mercury on his ascendant is very, I would love that. As a Mercurial.
Cute.
And she's quite Mercurial too, with her Venus and Jupiter in
I feel like they do have a lot of
Virgo.
to be honest, whether I like to admit it or not. So here we go.
Can always trust a Capricorn to admit something, whether they like to or not.
Yeah, exactly. All right. This is just a quick breakdown of what's going on with a trending topic. We've been seeing Lewis and Kim, speculation everywhere. Despite my disappointment, we had to cover it. But if you want us to cover this topic more in depth, or you have another topic you want us to cover, just let us know in the comments or send us a DM. And with that, I'm Elise.
I'm Dana.
And I'm Sarah.
And this is Allegedly Astrology.
Bye.
Bye.